Hey, so I just wanted to tell a story or talk about what happened yesterday. So yesterday, I'm taking a walk and I run into a couple of dudes, look like they're homeless. They said they waved at me, said hi, so I started talking to them. And I know both of these guys. I know who they are. They changed their face. They all do this. Everybody in the city done changed their face. But I know who they are. I knew who one of them was after like 5 minutes. The other guy, I was talking to him for a while. Then I found out who he was. And what they're on the gang stalker team, right? But they try to act like they're not. They try to act like they're on your side. How you know is because you talk about real shit and then they get nervous. You can see the nervousness in their body. You can see the fear just off talking about real shit. Like, this gang stalker guy, he's just like, man, I went through the same shit as you, man. I already know, man. And then blah, blah, blah. But it's like, and I'm sure you did, and I know who you are, but like, you're still, like, basically he was paid to be in that spot. Let's just say that. He was paid to be in that spot, and then his job is to attempt to misinform me. They try to get you off in La La Land and shit. They talk about just unrealistic stuff. They try to make, what if time isn't real? Oh, clearly time is a thing. Okay, it's definitely a thing. That's just another thing. They try to overcomplicate simple things to try to keep you in La La Land. But basically, he was really trying to play like he wasn't on that team, on the other side. But he was saying things like, because I was talking about my story, like full transparency, like nothing to hide, all the attacks on me, right? Like, this is why I'm in this position. But he couldn't talk about his full story, and he couldn't be fully transparent, which is clear and obvious. And he was saying that I think the people who are doing this, I think they're jealous of us. I was like, maybe envious. He's like, yeah, because they threw everything they had at us, and we're still smiling. It's like, dude, you're a faker, dude. You actually joined the team, right? Like, so. And that's how they do you too, man. Like, it's all planned. They plan this shit way ahead of time. That's why it's very important, especially in Washington. I don't know what it's like in other states. I don't know what it's like across the country. But they plan this shit like it's a monopoly, right? So like, you even have to be careful like who you have a baby with, because it's already pre-planned. Like, you have to be careful who you have a baby with, who you marry. Because it's really easy for them. They call it an evil spirit, right? But it's really not. It's just these bad people that take advantage of people and manipulate them through their mind. So, like, his story, if his previous story was true, basically he had everyone has that, oh, she's a crazy bitch. She ain't a crazy bitch. She is manipulated. She's under mind control. That's why she's doing these things to you. And whoever's doing this, it's all a plan. It's a plot. They basically screw you over so hard. They throw you in the dirt. They go through all these hoops to throw you in the dirt to where you'll just have to be dependent on them. That's how bad this. That's what it is right there. They throw you in the dirt and they'll make it so you have to be dependent on them. And like, it's really that bad. Like, the system is horrible. It's horrible. It's like, it's beyond belief. Like, and if people who don't know what I'm talking about, you've never experienced it, but if you have experienced it, it's crucial, man. Like, they literally psychologically tear people down on purpose, and they take advantage of people. Basically, and they manipulate the shit out of them. They use fear, they use guilt. That's all they really can use, is fear and guilt. Or they'll try to manipulate the people around you to basically, like, either they'll, like in my case, for my situation, right, they had like, my little brother one time, he called me, and he was trying to like guilt me into like, oh, I need help, or I need mental health help. I'm like, dude, this is a while ago. I'm like, dude, who's telling you to do this? And he was scared. Like, this is my little brother. Like, he's scared. He's a Christian, man. He's a full, like, devoted Christian. He's scared to tell me the truth. Like, that's how bad it is. They manipulated my family. I'm like, dude, who's telling you to do this? Because I'm trying to get to the bottom. This is a while ago, but I'm trying to get to the bottom of this shit. Now I think I know who's kind of pulling the strings and creating all the counter intel and everything. But back then I didn't know. So he wouldn't tell me, and I'm just like, damn, dude, like, how strong, like, how much, like, what did, like, I don't get it, because my little brother, he has clean hands. You know what I mean? He has clean hands. He is not a criminal. He's not a crook. He didn't do nothing wrong. So, like, but he's so devoted to Christ and God and being a Christian that if there's a man in a black robe who runs a church to tell him to do something, he's going to do it because he thinks that's God, or he thinks this guy is acting through God, when it's usually the opposite, right? They're just doing that to control you. And it's just interesting because, like, it's that bad. Like, that's the craziest part about it, is it's really that bad. Like, I don't, and then, like, this, for the people in my house, I don't know if they're clones. I don't know if they're robots. I don't know if they're copies. But they mimic, they try, like, I went there yesterday to take a shower, which they let me, which was nice, but they try so hard to front. Like, it's obviously a front. Everything they do is a front. Everything they say is a front. They're just mimicking, completely mimics of my family, and they actually do a really shitty job at it too, because I'm not fooled for a second. But, like, they mimic so hard. They act like they're broke. They act like they're not gang stalkers, all of them. They act like they're not literally paid to just be in this one spot or to be here and say this one thing. And it's just like, do you guys even know what you're doing? Do you guys even care what you're doing? But more importantly, what did you guys do to have to be in this position? What did you guys do that's so wrong that you have to do this? You have to go psychologically harass people. What did you do to have to be taking control? And I think it's more than a lack of awareness, because, like, it's more, they actually did some fucked up shit. Whether they did it on their own or whether they were mind controlled to do it, I don't know. But they did it. They did something, right? Because they wouldn't just take this shit, right? But another thing, like the most important thing, right? So we have literally no women here. None. Zilch. We got men and we have trannies. There's no women. Even the women that were women are replaced with trannies. Like, I go to the weed store over here. It's a tranny. 2 of them. They used to be women. I used to remember what you guys looked like. Now you guys look exactly the same almost, but you're men. You're men now. Like, they have man hands and man features, but they have the face of the woman that used to be there. So there's just no way, right? There's no way that there's no way billions of dollars, you guys heard my story, right? Previous videos. There's no way billions of dollars, there's no way you see news with a billionaire mind controlling women, recruiting women, and so there's just absolutely no way that it's not connected here. This whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, there's no way it's not connected right fucking here, because there's literally no women at all. They're all trannies. Someone tried to incriminate me to look like I have over 40 billion with a B, $40 billion, created false evidence. I have none of my friends and family, or I have none. They all have been replaced. So there's absolutely no way that the Jeffrey Epstein thing, if there was if it was real news at all, there's no way that that's not connected directly here. It's like obvious. Like, look at this and look at that. Like, okay, this is here, right? Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. But what can you do? So, and it'd be like really foolish. Like I literally can't trust nobody. Like I put a little bit of trust in this guy, you know, and then basically learned he's just another one of those guys who does this shit. And it's not his fault. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know. But it's not necessarily his fault. But there's absolutely no way. Like there's the only way there's not going to be justice about this shit is if no one wants to have justice about this shit. Because clearly the people who are supposed to be serving justice know what's up. If they don't, they're either pretending to be stupid or they're bribed. There's no incompetency. It's not incompetent. That's just an excuse they use to not serve justice. There's no incompetency. So I don't know what they're doing, but it's very clear that it's really bad here, and there's no women. None. Like I almost was gonna like get to the point where I was just gonna start asking these gang stalk people, like, yo, do you understand, like, there's no women in the city? Are you aware of that? But I'm sure they are. Like, they have to be. But that's just my little 2 cents. All the women are gone. So there's no women. They're missing. We have missing women. We have billions of dollars. And we have gang stalking. Right here in Tacoma. University Place. So, connect the dots. Anyways, have a good day. I just wanted to speak my mind.